Hello guys, on this video we are gonna learn how to create and organize symbols on a sketch file. I have my personal approach how I organize and create symbols inside Sketch using all the features, all the power that Sketch created to keep everything always organized inside your library, okay? Usually most of the designers is gonna create like a symbol page, right? Because Sketch is gonna automatically create this page for you. So you're gonna just basically select the component and you're gonna create this like layer, create symbol and send to the symbol page, right? I don't like to do that because pretty much Sketch is gonna just randomly place your symbol in the symbols page in a disorganized way. So I really don't like to do that, okay? I'm gonna show you how I do that. Let's do it.
Let's start here. What we have to do, just create basically a new file here, and you're gonna create your first symbols file just to test, right? And you're gonna see the first page that Sketch is gonna create this for you, right? The default way to create a symbol is pretty much simple, right? So let's start doing first an artboard, right? You can just come here on insert artboard and just click here and it's gonna open this panel, right? Or if you prefer to do in another way, you can just press the letter A, right? Letter A is gonna be the shortcut here and it's gonna open the same panel for you, okay? A, and it's gonna open. So I'm gonna select this one, the desktop HD, right? So I have my first artboard. So this is an artboard. And how do I know this is an artboard? The most important thing is checking the color. So if you see that the color is a little bit gray here, this is an artboard. This is the main difference between an artboard and a symbol, okay? So let's create the first symbol and check this difference. I'm gonna create a rectangle, shape rectangle here, or just R. This is how you start learning all the shortcuts, okay? Rectangle, and I'm gonna just design my first rectangle here. I'm gonna create different shapes, the oval here, and I'm gonna create another one, the rounded, right? It's not too rounded actually, but I can just come here and change a little bit to be more rounded, right? I have three shapes. I'm gonna start adding other shapes, triangle, right? Like this, and I'm gonna create more shapes, a star, and I'm gonna create the last one, okay? So this is just shapes. If you see here, right, there's no icon on the left, it's empty, so it means it's just shapes, right? So how you're gonna organize this? I'm gonna select this first one and create a symbol here. You just click here, or you can go here on the layer and create symbol. The command Y is gonna be your shortcut. I'm gonna click here, right? And it's gonna open this pop-up. On this pop-up, you can rename your symbol if you need, but basically it's gonna take the name of the layer and add here, right? And here you see this option, send symbol to symbols page. For now, the default mode for Sketch is like having this checked. I'm gonna leave like this for now, and you're gonna understand why in a few seconds. So let's create the first one, okay? Now you can see that here Sketch created a symbol page for you, right? So you have the rectangle, and I'm gonna create another one. It's gonna be the oval, and here is gonna be another one. It's gonna be rectangle, rounded, right? Like this. I'm gonna rename, right? And this is the triangle, and I'm gonna create another symbol here, right? And create the star here, and I'm gonna create a polygon, okay? If I go here now, you see that I don't like this because Sketch is not gonna organize really well all your symbols, right? They're gonna pick any place and just place this when you create a new symbol. So this is gonna be really hard to keep everything organized in the future. So I have my specific approach to do that in every project. What I recommend to do, I recommend that you create different pages here to keep this very, very organized, or even here if you want to have everything in one page, at least you can create your symbols inside the symbols page if you want. Okay, so I'm gonna create one symbol inside the symbol page just to show you how to do that. So a lot of people will try to create like the same, like a rectangle here, because it's just a rectangle, and you're gonna try to create like I'm gonna rename like a rectangle test, right? If you just create a symbol here, you see that it's not showing the message to the symbol page, of course, because you are already inside the symbol page. So I'm gonna create this one, and what's gonna happen? This is the symbol that you created, and this is actually the link, right? This is just an instance of that symbol. It's the same thing here, right? Remember that in the beginning it wasn't like any type of like a information, it's just like the shape. So now we have like this link that is showing that these symbols is linked to the symbol page. It's the same thing here. This one is linked to a symbol. If I double click here, it's gonna show me this one, but it's still not very organized, because if you start doing this, it's gonna be too much. So I'm gonna delete. What I like to do is creating different pages. For now, let's do one example. I'm gonna create another page, and I'm gonna create icons here. Okay, so on icons, I'm gonna create my own symbols inside this page. To keep everything organized, I'm gonna create an artboard. So I'm gonna press A, or you can just come here and just create an artboard. It's gonna change your mouse here, right? Like if you see the symbol, and you can select, but for now I'm not gonna select anything. I'm just gonna design here, drag and drop, and you see the size. I will select really small actually for icons, 2424. It's not 2424, but it's fine. You can just select here the artboard, and you can just come here and change 2424. I'm gonna zoom in. If you want to center, there's some shortcuts, like a command 1 is gonna select this one, right? And you can just focus on this. Okay, what I'm gonna do now is rename it this one. I'm gonna just add like icons slash, and I'm gonna add a name for this. This is gonna be my star. I like to organize on this way, with space here and uppercase, but there's different ways to rename it, and it's really important for you to keep everything in a kind of a standard inside your file. Some people like to do something like this without space, and this is really important because sometimes Sketch is gonna understand this information in different ways. Even if it's uppercase, lowercase, it's gonna be different information to Sketch file, and we can try to do right now. Okay, this is gonna be my first icon, right? And why I use the slash? The backslash is really important because it's how you're gonna tell to your Sketch file that this is gonna be a folder. Okay, so you need to use the backslash, and I'm gonna do another one. You can just press A and drag and drop like this, and 2424, and you rename it here icons, right? And I'm gonna just ball. Okay, inside of each one of these artboard, I'm gonna create like a shape. So the first one is gonna be our star. So I can come here and design, just press Option and Shift, you see, and it's gonna be a perfect shape for you. The second one is gonna be a ball. So the oval, Shift Option, and you can just 2424. Okay, and you can just keep doing this. Just create a new ones. If you wanna just create a perfect square, you can just also press Shift and just drag and drop like this, 2424, and this one is going to be icons slash, let me see what, like 2 stars, right, like this, or like could be name, right, 2 stars, like this. And I'm gonna insert here 2 shapes of the stars, like this one here. You can just select the element and Command D is gonna duplicate, you see, so you have a copy, and I can just drag and drop here, and you have 2 stars right here. Okay, what else we have as a shape? You have like a polygon. Press A to create a new artboard, Shift 2424, icons, polygon, right? Perfect. And you just come here and add a new shape here. Shift option to help you to design in a perfect shape. And the last one, let's create one more, 2424. I'm gonna icons, triangle, okay, and I'm gonna insert a triangle inside this artboard. Basically, this is just artboard, and this you can check only by the color of the name of this artboard, right? On the symbols, you see the symbols is a little bit purple, and artboards is just gray, like this. This is an artboard, right? So how we turn this artboard into a symbol is pretty much the same process. So you need just to select the artboard. Just make sure you select the artboard, not the layer inside. I like to select on the title like this, so you make sure if you select by mistake here, it's gonna be a totally different result. It's gonna create a symbol here only with this, but I wanna select the artboard. This is really important, okay? So select the artboard, create symbol, and now you see that you don't have the option of to send to a symbol page. It's almost a kind of like a sketch. Understand that you wanna create the symbol inside this page and make this a kind of library for you. And the second option here is no layout by default. We are gonna do another video teaching you how to organize smart layout on the symbol level, but for now you don't need to select anything here, and you just create. You see now the color is different, right? You have like here the icons, star, and this one. So how can I check that? Just go here, and here is just the first symbols that we created. So if I want to add a new symbol, you can just come here on the symbol, or you can come here on the insert, and you have symbols from this document, right? So, or even here on insert, you have the symbols here, right? So there's 3 different ways to do that. I like this shortcut. I just added the shortcut because it's pretty much easier to work when you are having a lot of like components to work together. Let's add one of these, right? This is our star here. It's really small, of course, because we created 24 by 24 here. Okay, that's fine. So let's go back to the icons page, and let's select the artboard, create here, and create the second one. So now what's gonna happen? Let's go back to the page 1, and when you insert here, and you have the icons, you see now Sketch understand that slash is gonna be the folder for the other symbols that you are gonna create inside icons. If you have only one, as we did before, it's gonna be in the same list. But once you have 2 icons inside the same folder, Sketch is gonna start organizing in folders, right, for you. So let's do this. Select create symbol and go again, and the same thing here, create symbol here, the same thing, create a symbol. Good, that's perfect. So now go back to the page 1, and if you go here on the insert, you see all my icons is already organized here. So you can just play around, 2 stars, and you have all the icons already here. Okay, let me just zoom out a little bit so you can see that. So what you can do now, you don't need the symbols page anymore, so you can delete the symbols page because we don't want to organize on this way because it's really disorganized. So I'm gonna delete. Okay, so I just have the icons page here, and let's go back here. But you see that the shapes is still here, but now the icon here on the left changed for a folder, and inside you just have the shape. So this happens when you delete the symbol, and Sketch, instead of deleting in your project all the screens, imagine if you have like 50 screens, they are not gonna delete all the symbols. They are just gonna basically turn that symbol into a shape, and that's it. So if you need to edit again, at least everything's gonna be okay, but of course you lost the information connected to a symbol. Okay, so if you already try a little bit of Sketch, you understand the concept of the symbol and the power, right? Because now if I come here and I change the color of this one, like let me just change this color. I'm gonna remove the border, I really don't like. And you go here, I'm gonna insert, you have the ball here, and I'm gonna insert several balls here, right? Here and here also. And I'm gonna do the same thing with the stars. You can just keep adding stars like this. What else? But you see, like now that you don't have other symbols on the same page, everything is only one page. It's like Sketch is not going to create another folder icons, and because you just have icons basically. Okay, so if you change now, I remove the border, you can delete, you can change the color here, I don't know, yellow, a little bit like this, and even like for this one, you can just select, you can just remove the border. It's the same here, remove the border, like this one. And if you go back, now all the changes is gonna change all your instance of the symbol. These icons are connected to the symbol page, so you can see here. Of course, later on when you are like organizing your project, you can rename it, this one, right? Like this is gonna be the ball 1, this is gonna be ball 2, something like this, and you're renaming only the instance, because if you go back here to the icons page, the name of these symbols is only ball. Okay, you don't need to do anything else. But of course, when you are working on a project, imagine like the same name over and over, so you cannot find exactly all the layers that you have to work or change and something like that. Just keep this in mind. I think this is the basic concept of how to organize a symbol. I'm gonna just stop for now, and we are gonna practice in another video doing more symbols, because we are gonna build a project until the end together. Okay, so just try to practice this a little bit more by yourself.
Hope you guys like it, this video, and 3 things always to keep in mind. First, symbols page, don't use as like a sketch created by default. I don't like, so I prefer to organize in a different way. Second, when you have to create a new symbol, basically you have to create a small artboard, and you have to select the artboard and convert it into a symbol. And the third thing is always try to keep everything using backslash, right? So you are gonna create specific folders for different types of symbols. If you have a category for buttons, for icons, anything like this, you have just to use like a specific categories for that. Okay, hope you guys liked this video, and now let's go to the next video that we are gonna learn a little bit more about symbols and nested symbols.